Happy Tuesday, my friends. Hopefully, you guys had a great Memorial Day weekend. It is another great day of sports here, and I have a few best bets for you guys. Game 4, Western Conference Finals. What am I going to take? Let's dive into these free 3 winners because we've been cashing in, baby. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we're just trying to get to the bag together and make some money. And getting to the bag, that's what we've been able to do over the last few days on the channel. Our hot streak continues. Now, yesterday's sweep is not the way that we really want to draw it up, as I only gave out 2 picks. I do apologize about yesterday's video. I was so tired in that video, but we still were able to find a winner, right? Jason Tatum's rebounds, no sweat bet there. He goes over 10 again, but we did push on the Brewers' first 5 money line, but that is okay because a push is not bad. And if you actually were a part of the Discord group, I told you guys you could take the run line at like minus 130 odds because the line had actually moved in favor of the Cubs. So that one worked out in our favor there yesterday. So 1-0 on the day officially with 1 push. So you can see our year-to-date record right here, month of May. We have definitely turned it around. That is 4 or 5 straight winning days in a row. We'll take it. And today I've made up for yesterday. So I've got 4 best bets for you guys. So make sure you stay through the entire show, the entire channel. And if you are enjoying the channel, smash that like button and subscribe to it as well because I appreciate all the love and support. We're just trying to grow to more viewers. Let's see what we can do now to get to our first 500 subscribers. I appreciate everybody who subscribes to the channel. Help us get to that next 500. So let's dive into these best bets for today. For my first best bet of the day, we are going to go to that Wolves-Mavs matchup. And guys, it's just going to be simple analysis here today. Wolves money line, plus 110 odds. Now, I understand that the Wolves are the underdog. I just don't really see. I'm a big believer that the NBA does not believe in sweeps. I'm just a big believer. I just think that they're going to do everything in their power to make sure that sweeps don't happen. You had a situation like yesterday. I mean, Celtics were clearly the best team inside that matchup, but then also with Halliburton going down with the injury, it makes sense why the Pacers were swept. And those games were close. The Pacers really blew a few of those games. I think if you put it on the refs late in the game in a close game like what the Pacers were in over the last 2-3 games, then guess what? It makes it easier for the refs to favor on side of the team that, needs to win the game. That's just my own personal take on it. And I also heard Matt Peralt make a good point as well that the NBA Finals is as a set time, right? So it's supposed to start on June the 6th. Because it's supposed to start on June the 6th and it's now May the 28th, if we get a sweep here, literally we have over a week without basketball. That's the NBA not making money, people forgetting about it. That's going to hurt the ratings and views. So that's just like a narrative, and that's not I'm not saying that's the reason why the Wolves win today outright, but it's a part of the reason why I'm taking the Wolves. I just think the Wolves are a much better team than they've showed thus far in this series. They've lost some close games, but they do have the veteran presence that the Pacers don't have, and which is why I think the Pacers blew some of the games that they blew. Meanwhile, the Wolves, yes, they're in the same situation down 3-0, but they have a little bit more of a veteran presence to kind of keep the team together. That I think if it is a close game late, they can still be able to pull this one out. But also at the same time, I just think the Wolves have a better team than what they've been showing thus far in this series. I mean, Karl-Anthony Towns, he's got to show up, right? Let's be simple. He's not hitting any shots right now. And when you look at it, the Wolves have been outscored by the Mavs in all 3 games by a total of 13 points. That goes to show how close these games have been, right? Meanwhile, Kyrie and Luka shooting 63 of 128 from the field. That's close to 50%. Cat and Ant, 37 for 111. That's 33%. You see that big difference right there? So that tells you the Wolves role players have been showing up. Naz Reid, he's been doing what he needs to do, right? We see McDaniels have pretty decent games in this series. We need the stars to show up. If Ant and Karl-Anthony Towns don't show up, it's hard to win any series, right? And let's just be honest, it's hard to win any game at this level. So for me, I think both of those guys are going to be able to perform a little bit better today. The back is against the walls for the Wolves. They have the veteran team. They should be able to pull this out. It is on the road. I just think there are too many factors here that are going to point to the Wolves being able to win this matchup. They've been within striking distance thus far. I'm not saying that this one is going to go 6-7 games, but I do think they win this game. And also Derek Lively being ruled out with the neck injury for the Mavs, I think is a big hit. He brings the energy off the bench. We've been seeing him on the boards, on the glass. Daniel Gafford's been doing what he needs to do by blocking shots and defensively, but he's not really as aggressive offensively or rebounding the ball like Derek Lively is. They said Max Kleber might be back for this matchup, but I'm not buying it, or I don't think he's going to be in shape or good enough. I think the Wolves are going to win this matchup. Mavs are going to have to make a few adjustments without Lively there, and I think that favors the Wolves. Wolves have been close in these series thus far, so give me the Wolves on the money line. So because I think the Wolves are going to win this matchup, obviously I'm going to go back to the role player that's been consistent for them all series long. That's Mr. Naz Reid. We're going over 12.5 points here, minus 115 odds. Now, I know some of my picks here on the channel have been a little bit redundant. If it's cashing, you can't beat it, especially when you got something like playoffs. I mean, we're watching the same teams play over and over again. What do you want me to do about it, right? And Naz Reid has been a guy, ever since this series has started, he's been able to eat. 15 points in game 1, 23 points in game 2. That's when we took him. 14 points in game 3. We ran that back, right? Like 3 losses, but he's been able to go over this total. And I also think the fact that Karl-Anthony Towns has not been playing as well has basically put him on the bench, which means more minutes for Naz Reid. 29 minutes in game 3, 32 minutes in game 2, and that's up from 24 minutes in game 1. I'm expecting a similar dose of volume today, even if Karl-Anthony Towns is hitting a shot. We've seen Rudy Gobert doesn't need to be on the floor as much. Naz Reid has been the catalyst, the guy thus far in this series. Don't overthink it. Over 12.5 points as our second best bet of the day. For our third best bet of the day, let's head over to the baseball slate. And I'm going to give you a quick nerfie on the day. We're going to go to the Twins and Royals nerfie here. That's Cole Reagans pitching for the Royals. That's Woods Richardson pitching for the Twins. That's minus 130 odds. So a little bit juice there, but not too bad. Now, I like both of these pitchers. They've been nerfy cash machines for us thus far in the year. Both of the guys have really good ERAs. Reagans has got a 3.3 ERA. Woods Richardson's got a 2.57 ERA. So that's exactly what you're looking for. Both of these guys have also been super strong to the nerf. Woods Richardson hasn't missed a nerfie all year. He's 7-0. Meanwhile, Cole Reagans 9-2 to the nerfie, including hitting his last 8 in a row. So you can't go wrong with that. I like what we're getting here. Give me the nerfie, Woods Richardson and Reagans, Twins, Royals as our third best bet of the day. For our fourth and final best bet of the day, I will give you guys a baseball side. Let's run it back with that Brewers-Cubs matchup. But for today, let's actually go with the first 5 under 4.5 or 4. Minus 130 if you're doing the 4.5. I saw that at Bet Rivers, so you might want to shop around there because I have seen the line move on certain books. If you do get the 4, it's going to be around like plus 100. I like both of those. Obviously, I'm going to do the 4.5 just because I'm willing to pay for the hook. I want that hook there. I like that bet, but I think it just goes under 4 as well. Freddie Peralta on the mound for the Brewers. 3.81 ERA. You love to see that on the year. He's just been very strong for this Brew team. Last start, 7 innings, 4 hit, only 1 run given up, and that was a mistake pitch, home run, and that's what you want to see. Now, that's exactly what we need from him after a few starts where he got banged up a little bit. We saw him give 5 runs against Houston, 3 runs against St. Louis, but this Cubs offense has been struggling of late, especially with right-handed pitching, so that's why I really like the fact that I'm going to get the first 5 under here. Meanwhile, the Cubs are sending Ben Brown to the mound, and in his last start, strong against the Braves too. 4 innings, only 1 hit given up to go with 6 strikeouts. That's what you really want from a pitcher, and against a strong lineup like the Braves that's been crushing right-handed pitching, that's what we want to see. Now, Ben Brown, he is a guy that we haven't seen him go like too deep into games. 4 2/3, that's the most that we've really seen from him this year. 4 2/3 is the most that we've seen from him over the last month. He did have 1 start back in April that went 6 innings against the Diamondbacks, but for me, this is one that I think the Brewers offense, we've seen them come alive a little bit later in the game, or the second time through the lineup is really when they've been a little more effective, when you got William Contreras there at the top of the lineup, Willie Adames, some of those guys, Yelich. But for me, first time through the lineup, that at least buys us about 3 innings here, then maybe 1 or 2 runs given up in like the 4th or 5th, we can still stay under this. 3.2 ERA Ben Brown has on the year. The Brewers right now, I do lean them to win the game because of Peralta on the mound, but I think both of these pitchers are going to be strong coming out the gate. Give me the first 5 under 4.5, 4 as our final best bet of the day. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 4 best bets, 4 winners that I'm giving you on this card. We got to back the Wolves in game 4 in a do-or-die situation, which means Naz Reid is going to have to step up, and we're going to go over his points total. Meanwhile, we'll head over to the baseball slate because we know we love those nerfies. We only need 6 outs from the Royals and the Twins. Make sure that we can stay under the first 5 in the Brewers and Cubs, as that will tuck us in. For more picks and plays I'll drop throughout the day, click the link in the description, join the free Discord group, and we'll see what else we're cooking. I got a few other people in there dropping plays as well, so let's see what we can do. Continue to make that money. Appreciate all the love and support. Let's get to that chatter. I'll see you on tomorrow's video. Later, gang.